The day my child's words made me question my choices. I don't like weekends with you because you're never really here. Maya says it on a Saturday at 4:17 p.m. while I stir Jared marinara and pretend it's homemade. My phone vibrates face down against a grocery receipt, hungry as a stray cat. I'm a project manager at a healthcare startup. My calendar looks like stained glass, a cathedral I keep worshiping in even when no one else is praying. I built an identity on being reliable, indispensable, the one who keeps the road smooth for other people's emergencies. Jordan, my ex, says I confuse urgency with love. I say deadlines are how people eat. Maya doesn't look at me when she says it. She stares at the phone like it's a rival parent. I'm here, I say, which sounds suspiciously like a slogan. The door buzzer rattles. A courier with a rush contract I promised to review by Monday, because I always believe I can bend time and keep everyone. Let's draw after dinner. I add too brightly. Maybe, she answers, turning to her sketchbook. What I stand to lose is not a promotion. It's the small voice that still tells me the truth before it learns to go quiet. I slide the envelope aside and pick up the spoon like it's a microphone I can win her back with. Then prove it, she says softly. I don't know it yet, but the proving will happen in public. Her eyes dare me to choose a person over my calendar tonight. I left Chevy Chase after the divorce, traded perfect hedges for a modest walk-up where the elevator sighs like an old man. I measure everything by minutes to school and dollars left after rent. My father taught me to look busy. My mother taught me to look grateful. Between them, I learned to fold time like laundry and hide the wrinkles under other chores. With Jordan, in the bright early days, I was present like a stage light, hot, blinding, and somehow pointed past the faces that mattered. This week's wound is fresh. I swore I'd make donuts with families at 7:30 a.m., circled on my phone in hopeful yellow. At 7:04 a.m., my director pinged. Integration bug, unassigned. 10 minutes late. I told Jordan, like time was clay. By 7:52 a.m., the cardboard donuts were recycled and Maya held a sticker reading so sweet, like a verdict. A photo appeared on my screen, our daughter between two empty chairs, cheeks puffed like she was holding back a question. I call that grit. I name absence independence. I praise how well she adapts to me missing promises, as if endurance were the point of childhood. Aunt Rosa pressed my hand at dinner last month and said, "You can't keep treating your calendar like a religion." I laughed and served gritty salad. She didn't laugh back. Tonight, Maya draws a small figure bent over a glowing rectangle. I finally recognize the villain. The rectangle's light looks exactly like my attention facing away. Monday, 8:11 a.m. Ms. Nguyen's subject line lands like a tap on the shoulder. Concern, Maya's fatigue, and missed homeroom. Two earlier messages sit unread above it, one gentle, one urgent. A voicemail transcription from Mrs. Klein, our neighbor. Heard Maya crying on the stairs last night. Everything okay? Last night, I was revising a slide deck labeled critical while telling Maya we'd start her diorama in 5 minutes. 5 minutes became 10, then tomorrow, then a notification I swiped away. I craft a responsible parent reply. Thank you for raising this, Ms. Nguyen. Heavy quarter at work, but I'm committed to a better routine. I CC Jordan because optics. The typing dots appear, vanish, return. Jordan's hesitation is its own sentence. At lunch, the parent portal pings a behavior note. Refused group work, push chair back hard. I imagine the scrape echoing in a ring of linoleum, a sound made of furniture and disappointment. I tell myself kids act out. I tell myself growth is messy. I tell myself high standards are a gift. The stories I tell myself are comforting and unrelated to evidence. That night, I overcompensate with too much Parmesan and upbeat questions. What did you learn today? Planets, Maya replies. Which is your favorite? The one without meetings. I laugh. She doesn't. Can you walk me to school tomorrow? She asks. Yes, I say, writing it in 3 places. At 7:38 a.m., I'm on an escalation call when she leaves without knocking. My promise sits on paper while her backpack clicks shut by itself. The universe chooses humiliation with flair. I'm mid-presentation on a hospital rollout. 20 faces tiled on my screen. When my phone flashes school, please pick up. MS. Nguyen's voicemail is crisp. Maya is nauseated and very tired. We'd like to talk today. Someone on my call asks about risk mitigation. I say absolutely, which might be the worst word I use all week. I jog to the school in work shoes, throat metallic from guilt. In the office, Maya is curled in a chair with a pale face and a sketchbook clutched like a shield. The nurse offers ginger ale. Maya shakes her head. We tried calling earlier, Ms. Nguyen says. I look at my phone, an altar of missed chances. On the sidewalk, Jordan appears, hair damp, eyes tired. What happened, they ask. I'm figuring it out, I say, because that sentence buys time. She was up late, Maya whispers, because it's loud when you talk to your computer. Ms. Nguyen raises her eyebrows so gently I feel carved open. That evening, while I retype a status update, Jordan texts, "We need a real plan, not promises." I reply with a bullet list that reads like PR for a person. I'm trying to hold the presentation together and my daughter together with the same hands. That is how things fall. A process server walks into my building as I walk out. The envelope in his hand has my name and the word hearing. The papers aren't a lawsuit yet, but a notice to appear at a mediation update about custody logistics, triggered by communication breakdowns. The timing feels like a cosmic prank. I text Jordan, "Did you file this?" "No," they reply. The court auto-schedules when school flags enough concerns. My gut sinks in stages. At Aunt Rose's, the kitchen smells like cumin and judgment. "Sit," she says, sliding a plate my way. "You can't outrun this with good intentions." I list the systems I'm implementing. Morning walk block, phone-free dinner, meeting audits, alarms labeled care. Systems don't hug children, she says. People do. Maya closes her door gently that night. I stand outside with a glass of water like it's a pass. "Good night," I say. Silence. I put the water on the floor and leave it there as proof I tried. Jordan calls. We're past the point where trying counts. "I'm fixing it," I insist. "With what?" they ask, but softly. I open my laptop and fall into work because I know how to win there. A chat pops from an unknown number. "Check your kid's class forum." I hesitate, then click. There's a thread with Maya's name and a photo of a botched solar system. Ours. Captioned, "Guess whose important parent forgot glue?" The account is anonymous. The comments slice. Somewhere in that mess is a familiar cadence. The grammar in those insults sounds exactly like someone I know. I read the thread 3 times, noting commas that land like Jordan's, but Jordan wouldn't do this. I screenshot everything, timestamp included, 9:42 p.m. minutes after my 5 more minutes promise. I check Maya's tablet and find a saved but unsent note addressed to me. "Please don't say later if you mean never." The words hurt more than the thread. A notification I didn't notice before. Parent Square. Incident follow-up. Attached is a voice memo from Mr. Patel asking if I can meet. I listen in my bathroom like it's contraband. Maya expresses pressure to be perfect, he says kindly. She started drawing the noise, a rectangle with lines. My phone. I'm the noise. I text Jordan, "We need to talk now." 3 dots. Then, "I'll come by." When Jordan arrives, we keep our voices low, the way people do around sleeping animals and children. "Did you see the forum?" I ask. "Yes," they say. It isn't me, but I think I know who's stirring it. Who? A parent influencer in the class group. She's been posting work hard memes and calling other parents lazy in DMs. She's friends with the room parent. Why would she target Maya? I ask. Because you sound like her, and she wants to be the only one. I don't know whether to confront or apologize first. Then my phone buzzes with a direct message from Perfect Parent 77 at midnight. "Hi. Noticed Maya struggles with accountability. Maybe model better time management?" The DM reads, smiling daggers. I breathe, then answer carefully. "Please remove posts using my child's name." Seconds later. Screenshots are forever. Friendly advice. I take my own screenshots. Timestamps, handles, thread IDs. Morning. Meeting with Mr. Patel. He slides a printed timeline across the table. Absences, tardies, nurse visits. He circles the nights I worked late. "We can support Maya," he says, "but she needs consistent adults." I nod. I want to be that. He looks at my buzzing phone and nods again, slower. I interview the facts like a project. Receipts from craft stores, calendar mismatches, a note from Ms. Nguyen about whispered teasing. A comment appears on the forum from a burner account linking to my LinkedIn, mocking my job title. Jordan forwards me a screenshot where the influencer, Kelly, jokes about hustle parents who outsource childhood. My stomach becomes static. I visit the front office. Ms. Nguyen speaks carefully. We don't police parent forums, but we can address in class what respect looks like. It's not enough, I say, hearing the edge in my voice. Agreed, she answers. But we also need you to show up on time. I walk home faster than I can think. A new email from the court arrives with an earlier mediation date. I assumed the harm was vague, my lateness, the teasing, the generic cruelty of the internet. The counselor's report says otherwise. Maya reports me messages sent to her school email. Kids shouldn't be able to email her, but parents can. The messages say, "Try harder so your parent notices you." The sender is anonymous at Proton. The subject lines mirror Kelly's catchphrases. Mr. Patel can't prove it's her, but the pattern is a scream. He asks, "What do you want to do?" Protect Maya without turning school into a courtroom, I say. Also, I want to apologize and fix our routines. Do both, he replies. Apologize first. That night I sit on the floor by Maya's bed and tell the truth without excuses. I thought work meant love because it pays for things, I say. I forgot love is also time. I'm sorry. She watches my face like it's a test. Can we walk tomorrow? She asks. Yes, I say. And the day after? Yes. I email Kelly. Cease contacting or referencing my child. I'm documenting this. She replies, calm down, corporate. Jordan texts, we need evidence, not outrage. I breathe and open a notes doc titled Proof. I am done mistaking speed for correctness. Then a calendar invite from Kelly arrives. Subject line community chat, parenting standards. Kelly scheduled a community chat in the school library for Friday, CC&G half the class. It reads like a tribunal. I forward it to the principal with a summary and attached screenshots. Jordan helps me gather more. Timestamps, message headers, the LinkedIn link, the burner's IP leaked in a careless paste. Mr. Patel agrees to attend as support, and Ms. Nguyen will be there too. Aunt Rosa texts, let me sit behind you and glare at anyone necessary. I formalize routines with Maya in writing. Walk to school at 7:20 a.m. Device off dinner. Diorama rebuild on Saturday morning. She signs it with a glitter pen. I set alarms labeled Maya first. The contract feels small and enormous. Ethically, I argue with myself. Defend privately to protect Maya's comfort, or confront publicly to stop a public harm. I ask Maya carefully, do you want me to talk at the meeting? She considers. If they're talking about me, I want you to say stop, she whispers. I record a brief call with Kelly where she says, some kids need pressure, and parents like you need to hear from people like me. The arrogance is a gift. I send the audio to the principal with a note. This is not community. I'm still afraid of being wrong in front of everyone. The principal replies, we will review evidence Friday. Please be prepared to speak. Friday arrives with a migraine in training. The library smells like dust and performance. Kelly beams at the front like a cruise director. A small audience arranges itself into judgment. Ms. Nguyen sits near Mr. Patel. Jordan stands at the back, arms folded. I feel 12 and 40 at once. Kelly starts, we all want excellence for our kids, especially when some parents' choices. She glances at me. Make it harder. Heat climbs my neck. I open my laptop. The trackpad is slick. Before I speak, she pivots to Maya. Sweet girl, tell us how your routines go. Maya's fingers curl under her chair. Stop, I say louder than planned. This meeting isn't to interrogate a child. Kelly smiles wider. We're just sharing best practices. Then stop using my daughter's name online. I reply, voice steadying. And stop the emails. A murmur ripples. For one wobbling second, I consider apologizing to Kelly for my tone. Mr. Patel catches my eye and makes the smallest stay motion with his palm. Aunt Rosa clears her throat like a gavel from the second row. I swallow and choose not to retreat. Kelly laughs and says, prove it's me, or apologize to this community. I nod to the principal, who wheels in a screen. We'll review specific items, she says. I plug in a drive labeled proof. First slide, timestamps of forum posts mapped against Kelly's public Instagram stories. Each, accountability, Jab posted seconds after one of her videos. Second, metadata of the burner email, header trail linking to a residential ISP, and a time window overlapping her livestream calendar. Third, the recorded call. Kelly blanches, then blames volunteers who help with content. The room shifts. Mr. Patel reads a statement about student privacy violations. MS. Nguyen adds a quiet, surgical sentence. Our focus is Maya's well-being. Adult egos are not curriculum. Kelly reaches for sympathy. I was only trying to motivate, she says. Some parents aren't doing enough. I feel the temptation to litigate my goodness. Instead, I say, I haven't done enough for my kid. That ends now. But you don't get to practice on her. Jordan steps forward. We support this boundary, they say. It's the first time in months we sound like a team. Kelly's smile finally falls like a mask in a bad play. The principal folds her hands and says, given this, here's what happens next. Consequences arrive with paperwork. Kelly is barred from class forums and events pending review. The district issues a warning about parent harassment. The room parent resigns quietly. The principal speaks to community standards, while the screen still glows with the email header. Kelly points at me. You're deflecting from your failures. Yes, I say, and the room goes very still. I failed my kid. I'm changing that, and you will stop. I show one last slide, a calendar of my missed moments, my own receipts, next to Maya's nurse visits. It's not an alibi, it's a confession. I built a life where my attention was always on standby, I say. I confused being needed with being present. Kelly hisses, drama, but the energy has turned. Aunt Rosa squeezes my shoulder. Mr. Patel asks Maya if she'd like to say anything. She shakes her head. Then we're done, he says. We walk out past the returns card, past a poster about kindness. Jordan whispers, you did the right thing. I don't feel triumphant. I feel emptied and strangely clean. Behind us, Kelly mutters about lawyers. The district rep emails that a formal statement and follow-ups are coming Monday. Monday's statement lands, policy reminders, digital citizenship sessions, and an invitation for families to opt into media boundaries. Kelly posts a vague, witch hunt story that fizzles by lunchtime. Some parents message me support. A few send fragile, weaponized pity. The court moves our mediation up anyway, and I arrive with 2 folders, proof and plan. I accept terms that pinch, adjusted work hours, a written routine, a monthly check-in with Mr. Patel, and a clause requiring both households to keep school forums about kids, not parents. The judge suggests parenting classes. I sign up that afternoon and forward the receipt to Jordan without commentary. Work notices. My director asks about my availability. I tell the truth. I'll miss a few 7 a.m. calls. I can offset or we can redistribute. I expect a lecture. She just nods and talks staffing. It stings how solvable I never let this be. That night, Maya and I rebuild Saturn, and it rings with patience and too much glitter. It's lopsided, she says. So are real things, I answer. She smiles in a way that makes room inside my chest I didn't know was there. But rebuilding is slower than breaking. The next morning, my alarm fails, and the apartment goes dangerously quiet. I sit up to silence and pure dread, then see a note under the door. Went downstairs for bagels. Back by 7:10. Rosa. Aunt Rosa, saboteur of panic. We make it to school early, warm bagels between us like a pact. Maya slips her hand into mine at the crosswalk without looking. I don't narrate it. I just hold back. We start therapy on Thursdays with Mr. Patel's referral. Maya draws rectangles that transform into windows. I learn to say, I can't do that meeting, without a 20-sentence apology. At home, the phone lives in a bowl by the door. If it buzzes during dinner, it can buzz without me. Jordan and I write a boring, beautiful document. Who picks up when? Who emails whom? What happens when the calendar changes? We sign it like a treaty. I apologize to Ms. Nguyen for letting communications become tree-off. She smiles and asks if I can read to the class next week. I choose a book about a fox who stops running. Kelly is quiet. The forum tightens rules. The district's digital boundaries turn into practice instead of posters. Meanwhile, Maya sleeps more, and the nurse stops calling. Progress is not linear. One night she asks, will you forget again? I answer honestly, I might. But I'll notice faster, and I'll fix it sooner. She nods and points to Saturn, still glittering. On Friday, Maya asks if we can invite Jordan to dinner too. We eat spaghetti at my small table. Me, Maya, Jordan, and Aunt Rosa, who declares the sauce acceptable and the company correct. Maya tells a joke about Pluto being moody. We pretend it's the first time we've heard it. The phone in the bowl lights and dies. We let it. If you're listening as a parent who built a life out of being useful, here's what I learned. Usefulness is not presence. Money is love's seatbelt, not its engine. Pride will whisper that you can fix everything later. Your kid is saying later is now. Write the routines down. Put alarms on the things that can't be moved. Say sorry the way you schedule meetings, out loud, with a time and follow-up. Invite the adults who steady you. Make the phone earn its way back into your hand. Maya's line, "You're never really here," was not a verdict. It was an invitation I almost refused. I didn't expose a villain to feel righteous. I drew a boundary to make room for us. There will be moments when I miss again. When I do, I will notice faster, fix it sooner, and ask for help. Real life is lopsided. Saturn still turns. After dinner, Maya says, "Can we sketch the moon from the balcony?" We share a blanket, paper on our knees, breath clouding the air. The rectangle on the table glows behind us like a small, contained star. I draw with her and keep drawing when a meeting reminder blinks alone. Tomorrow's calendar has space I left empty on purpose for us.